7 Lithuanian men walked into a bar. Buckle up. We got a good one today. This one goes, Why Employees at Car Dealerships Are Quitting in Droves by Thomas Schreiber. Let's blow this guy up here. I wonder why. Is the money dried up? Probably.
Sales staff at dealerships right now are quitting in droves. They cannot sell this overpriced junk. Because of the last few years, dealerships took full advantage, charging market adjustments, addendum stickers, all this stupid stuff with stupid charges like nitrogen-filled tires. We've seen all sorts of stupid stuff.
What? That's new to me. I ain't never heard of no nitrogen-filled tires. Could you imagine? Having to be a car salesman and be like, oh, this one's a lovely choice. Knocks on the tires. He's like, yep, we got a 4 lug nut bolt kit on there. Keep the tires on real nice like. And nitrogen. Yeah. I would be like, what? I wouldn't even buy a car just for that shit. Nitrogen-filled tires. Come on, dude.
Window tint for $1,500, all sort of crazy charges. And on top of that, the manufacturer rose the MSRP to the moon, so now they're way overpriced to begin with, and the dealership trying to make all their money. So it's not like that anymore. Now customers are negotiating. It's getting harder for the dealership to make what they used to call 10-pounders, 15-pounders, where they would make $10,000, $15,000 on front-end gross profit. Before 2020, the only way a successful car dealership really made it, especially franchise, was volume. They took a volume mindset. So the mindset was to sell as many cars as possible. We can lose in front-end gross profit, but we'll make it up in the long run because we're going to sell more cars, we'll get it more from the manufacturer, and we're also going to get more service customers. But they took a different approach. 2020, less cars were available. They needed to make as much money per car, especially the greedy ones that did the market adjustments. I sold cars. Guess what? We had the C8 Corvette, no markups. That was super rare. Pretty much every Chevy dealership was doing market adjustments. But guess what? We had a 2-year waiting list. And other dealerships, they would get them in stock, but they would have
a 2-year waiting list? What? I'm going to say this again. My theory behind it is if, let's just say this Corvette here, okay? Or fuck it, not even this Corvette. Let's say that the Honda Accord, let's say it was 17 grand. People are still getting a loan on it. Here's my conspiracy. I'm going to say it 1,000 more times. You couldn't afford it. You had to get a loan anyways. Why not double it? Double the price. They're going to get it. And they did. Most people fucking did. You know what I want to know? When did it become common practice to get a new car every 3 to 5 years? Or like every 5 years, more likely. More like that. When did that become the normal? I really would like to know. I think this had a big thing to do with it. You remember? Hold on. You remember these shits? Hey, how are you? You remember these? I remember I had the same one of these for like 5 years. Now, I know some people keep these for 5 years, but realistically, I think... When did these come out? Like 2007? Since these came out, all of this shit has all changed. Yeah. And before we keep going, I just want to say I got the Caddy Daddy t-shirts out. This Cadillac is 40 years old. It's actually my car. I got it for sale. Link down below. Thanks to everybody who bought one. It came out great. But my point about it is this car's 40 years old. I drive it all the time. Still fucking holds up. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying keep your car for 40 years. I'm just saying it was possible. This shit, I can't even turn... This doesn't even... I could turn this on, but there's no service. There's no network. Yeah. Anyways, back to the 2-year waiting list for the fucking Corvette. Sweet ride.
a $20, $30, or $40,000 market adjustment on a Corvette. It was insane. And to be fair, a lot of times the management or the owner would not let the salesman get a piece of that, but still, the salesman's interacting with that transaction. I couldn't do it personally, but I couldn't be involved in car sales anymore because really the finance department, it's so bad how they screw you over left and right. You go in that box, they're going to get you to buy all this sorts of junk, and you charge an arm and a leg, and it's not worth it. They rip you off 15 ways from Sunday. And so
first of all, they charge you an arm, a leg, and money. And money. Just remember that.
they ripped all their customers off for the last few years. Even if you were a smart person and you negotiated, it was super rare to get it below MSRP, especially 22, 23. And so all these customers paid super high prices. Now they come back in, they're upside down. So negative equity is all over the place. So people can't buy a car even if they want to. And people are not necessarily making the smartest financial decisions when it comes to cars. Generally speaking, I think over 80% of buyers are payment buyers. And the average interest rate at a local Chevy dealership in your area is probably over 12%. So
80% financed. Classic, man. I'm part of the 20%, man. You know what I mean? Hey, if you can't afford to pay a car, you could at least afford to wear one. You know what I'm saying? Link down below. Just kidding. Not really.
So they screwed their own customer base, and now the banks are finally saying no, not approving loans, making it harder. So a salesman works a deal, tries to get the person approved. They say no, can't get them approved without a down payment. And the dealership will have to pay a bank fee to get bad credit approved. And bad credit's becoming more common because of student loans, because of all this stuff. Everything's getting more expensive. Credit card debt, all this stuff going on is making it harder for car sales. And believe it or not, U.S. sold less cars in 2024 than they did in 2016. And I can guarantee you one thing, there's a lot more car salesmen. In 2020, 21, 22, so many people got into car sales. It was a get rich quick, basically. Make $100,000, make $200,000, make $300,000 selling cars. Well, that stuff's over, and it really wasn't even like that, but some people were making some money, but still, it ain't nothing like that anymore. And so every dealership has way more staff than they need because salespeople are on commission, generally speaking, at 99% of dealerships. And
oh, geez, that sucks. Think about that. You're on commission, right? 80% of people have to get the payment, right? Okay, hold on. I got to find something out. How much does an average car salesman make? Let me see. I can't spell for shit. Okay, here we go. The average car salesman's salary can vary, but in Florida, I'm in Florida, so the average car salesman makes around $40,000 per year. However, it's important to remember that the income can fluctuate based on the individual sales and performance. God, that's got to be... I mean, I guess my job's kind of what I'm doing here. It's like 1 month could be huge. 1 month could be, not that great. But at least I have like an average. It's kind of like there's a little bit of math to it. I'm not like relying... I guess I am relying on you guys to come here and watch the videos and buy t-shirts that I just plug and put on you. But it does say right here... they can earn well over $100,000 a year. I believe that. My dad was a car salesman for a long time. But my dad was, he was the top car salesman at his dealership that he worked at for like 6-7 years. And he had to play the volume game back then. Maybe make $500 a car, maybe $1,000 a car. But once it reached the point, I remember... I was like 12 when he went back and just started his own business, but he was just like, he said the amount of car salesmen like tripled on the lot, and he was like, dude, it's not even worth it. And then their pay went down in half. So he was like, I'm already selling 30 cars a month. Now what do I have to do? Sell 60 cars a month? Think about that though. You're a car salesman. You come in fresh out the gate. You didn't do it a long time. You're making $100,000 a year. Is a rookie by accident because prices are like, and you're just fucking people in the ass with car payments. When did that become normal? When did car payments become normal? No, that's what I want to know. We're going to look this shit up. Hold on. When did car payments become normal? That's what I want to know. Right here. Car payments became the norm in the post-World War II era, particularly in the 1950s, as car loans became more widespread and accessible prior to this. Let me see. The first loans were established in 1919. So 100 years later, we see the collateral damage. Wow, dude, it's the long con. It's the long con. Classic. Anyways, back to this guy.
And guess what? They don't cost them anything to stand there, and they just stand there and wait around, and they hope they can get a deal. But it just isn't going to happen. All this stuff's way overpriced. No one wants it anymore, and people are finally just saying, I'm not going to buy a new car. I've never known more people to keep their older car than now. More people to say, hey, I'm going to start repairing my car more. And guess what? They're not going to go to the dealership to get it repaired because they already got screwed over from the service department too. So pretty much everything about it.
Dude, I would never take my car unless I had a warranty on the car. But I drive a 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis, and then I got a fucking 1985 Cadillac. I did have a 2017 Ford Fusion paid out. I would have drove that bitch forever. I would have, but it got totaled. And I have the cheapest insurance possible, so it is what it is. I went and copped a $10,000 car. But yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that would rather just thug it out and drive an older car. And I don't know what this whole thing is about like people reliable cars. It's like all I've had is older cars. I've never had a brand new car, not once in my life. Well, I guess the Ford Fusion, that was pretty brand new when I originally got it. It was like 2 years old when I got it, so that's basically new. But besides that, every car I've ever owned is like 10, 15 years old. And rarely does it break down. Except for that one time I owned a BMW. Good luck with the older BMWs. Good fucking luck. Every time you go into forget the dealership, go into any mechanic, $3,000. $3,000 every time. Nitrogen in the tires. Just saying. That's like maybe I just got lucky with cars, but I don't know. That's like something. It's like instilling fear in you. You need a reliable car. Reliable car. Payments. There's plenty of fucking reliable cars out there. Whatever.
A dealership is trying to get as much money as they can out of you, and they will screw you over 15 ways from Sunday, big time. They took full advantage of the supply chain issue, and they charged insane prices, even when they didn't have to, like a market adjustment. The car is already expensive. You already make plenty of money on the car. On top of that, you're going to throw $10,000, $15,000 on a Kia Telluride? Like, get out of here. We've seen it on everything. Ford.
That's my favorite, when people have like $500 car payments on a fucking Kia. No offense. Actually, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Rangers, we've seen it on everything. And they got to get out of here with that stuff. And the Salesman was part of it, and now they just can't sell any more cars. They're standing around like, hey, I got to get a new job. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Most people don't feel sorry for car salesmen because, hey, car salesman's not necessarily like the most honorable career. A lot of people look at it in not so good of a way. It's actually very disliked in the general public. I feel like most people are on the same page. Dealerships honestly showed their true colors over the last few years. Whenever supply chains went down, they took full advantage, and they lost a lot of customers.
I would be the worst car salesman. He's got a point. He's got a point. Like, I don't care. Like, car salesmen, they're just getting their money. But, like, I couldn't personally... I would sell cars. But right there, when they're signing that paperwork, like, all right, Judy, we're ready to go, baby. You're going to sign here. But before you do, it's probably going to be one of the worst financial decisions you will make in the next decade. Right here. Just so we're clear. Call me. Like, that's how I would have to sell a car. Like, I'd have to literally tell them, now, you sure you want to get fucked over here? And they'd go, stop yourself funny. I'd be like, okay, all right, I'm just letting you know you're fucking up. That's how I would sell a car. But then the dealership probably get mad at me, and they're like, Jack, you can't tell customers that. And it's like, what? I'm just telling them the truth. They'll never tell them the truth.
Customers at dealerships where they had families that went there, like my grandson bought a car here, I bought a car here. Now they're saying I'm not buying anymore because that same dealership said, we're doing a market adjustment. Sorry, sir, we got $10,000 on top just because we want to make more money and we can. And that's what turned away so many customers, especially from certain dealerships, and they lost a lot of repeat customers, and they're finding other dealers that never did market adjustments. And they're out there, but it's few and far in between. So unfortunately, the employees are quitting in droves, saying, I can't do this anymore. Let me know what you think.
I mean, it makes all the sense in the world, man. I get it. I mean, if you're not making any money, then you're going to have to find a job where you're making some money. And, yeah, ripping people off, it works in the short term, but it's not like these people became millionaires. They didn't have any issues working there when they were price gouging everything and everyone. Yeah, it's not good repeat business. I worked 27 years in the car business. I couldn't take the bullshit anymore. Yeah, dude, like when you know you're screwing people, bending them over real good, just giving it to them. Some people got it like that. Some people can just maneuver that way. Everything out there is priced 75% over what they're worth. Yeah, no, yeah, yes. Amen, brother. I don't like that one. Still don't feel sorry for dealerships or salespeople. Check back with me in about 5 to 10 years from now, and we'll try again. Yeah, it's probably just going to be worse. I tried to buy a Honda during the pandemic, and they didn't have time to talk to me. What? Yeah, right, dude. I had a car salesman guy. I went to buy a car. This is like 2017, right before I got the Ford Fusion. I went to one Honda dealer. That car salesman texted me and called me at least once or twice a week for 6 months. It got to the point where I just picked up, and I think his name was Anthony. And I was like, Anthony, dude, I don't want the fucking car. I was like, please don't call me again. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I get it. Fuck, dude. So that says something right there. $120K for a fucking Lincoln? Yeah. I just tried to negotiate a 2024 car that was used as a loaner, had 1,600 miles. I showed them the car exactly. Okay, whatever. I have no problem driving a beater until the prices go lower, pre-COVID levels. Let this overpriced junk rust on the lot. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. This October will be 19 years driving a Toyota Matrix. Nice. GM is an absolute joke. All they want to build is low-quality, $100,000 plus cars. They deserve to go out of business. I'll leave this guy's link down below. Give him a like. Thomas Schreiber. Oh, I'm a used car guy all day. I never had the balls to... I had a car payment once in my life for $280 a month. And then I paid it off 3 years early. Because it was pissing me off. It just was. Every month I was like, why didn't I, you know... But I didn't want to go shell out $22,000. Which is, I don't think most people do. But I wish I had the balls to just go out and just go, yeah, you know what? $600 a month. Give me the Mustang. Yeah. Convertible. I don't know. That's what I want. I wish I had, I almost kind of admire it. I really do. I admire the guy making $5,000 a month with a $700 car payment. You've got some fucking balls on you. You really do. And I commend you. And now, since nobody can afford it, everyone's quitting. I wonder how true this is. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. You guys leave your thoughts. Shirts, link down below. They came out excellent. No payment plan on these. Sorry. I can't do that to you. Also, if you want to invest in yourselves, I do work with a gold Atlas Bullion, Mailbox Gold. More like a subscription-based dollar cost average. If you use my link down below, I'll get a small percent, a tiny sliver of a shekel. It's more for you. Invest in yourself, something you can still afford. Anyways, hell of a talk. Unreal.